पार्लीमेंट हिल ते मैडिकल असिस्टेंस इन डाइंग ते विशेष कमेटी ते सेवा कर रहे 3 कंजरवेटिव संसद मैंबरां ने कमेटी की अंतरिम रिपोर्ट अते अपनी पार्टी तो असहमत रिपोर्ट ते चर्चा करने लई एक न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस की है। उन्हां नाल माइकल कूपर अते डोमिनिक वियेन भी शामिल हुए।
We're here to discuss our interim dissenting report on the question of expanding MAID where a mental disorder is the sole underlying condition. Although the main interim report primarily restates and summarizes evidence that the committee heard, it departs in one significant and problematic way, and that is that it calls on the Government of Canada to implement the recommendations of the expert panel on MAID and mental illness, a panel that was tasked with coming up with recommendations on the implementation of MAID in the context of mental illness. In so calling on the government to implement those recommendations, what the committee has done in its main interim report has endorsed the Liberal government's radical expansion of MAID in cases of sole mental illness. This is problematic in at least 2 respects. First of all, the mandate of the committee is to broadly study the issue of MAID and mental illness. Part of that review makes it necessary to consider and weigh the appropriateness of such an expansion. An expansion that, by the way, was put forward at the 11th hour when the Liberals and Justice Minister David Lametti accepted a Senate amendment to Bill C-7 last year and then shut down debate in the House of Commons after only 1 day without consultation and study. And so it is necessary that the committee give full consideration of the issue rather than just endorsing the government's rushed expansion of MAID in this regard. A second issue of concern and why it's problematic is based upon the evidence that we heard. Expert evidence that raises serious doubt about the expansion of MAID to include sole mental illness, serious doubt about whether this can be done safely at this time. And MP Barrett will go into some detail about some of the expert evidence that we heard. But one of the key issues that we heard from experts is the question of predicting irremediability in the context of mental illness.